You guys asked for a part two. I am a man of my word. My word should have been to throw the part two behind the Patreon because, come on through. The Patreon, it could use a little bit of, a little of attention, But either ways, no, I'm not a jerk. I'm a man of my word. So, yeah, we're here with Sheath Meeks. Yes, that is a title that I came up with after the original video. And I gotta say, there's so much material that I end up leaving on the floor, guys, because I do all of these videos just off top. So yeah, it's actually nice to be able to say that out loud. Meet Sheath Meeks. My goodness, it's a bit of a tongue twister. But anyways, this is her 15 red flags when she is looking for, a mantis head, a praying mantis head to chop on off. Let's get back into it.
Partially about their self-centeredness and partly about your teaching them that only their stories are important. Are your thoughts and opinions valued?
Okay, so that's the thing. I just kind of like went a little further into the video because there's like 5 minutes left and you know how deep I can dig into this stuff. So she's like, are you feeling like your opinion is valued? So, okay, so ladies, deal is that you are by your nature, okay? Don't rip my head off. By your nature, you are surface level thinkers. It takes just a little bit of, like explaining it to you, particularly if I'm tossing you the pipe to really get you to like get on board because like, okay, yeah, that does make perfect sense. We will be better for this. Let's go and do it. But very often, particularly fellas, if you're not stroking her down right, she's gonna she'll sit here and overthink shit, and it's not, and there's a difference between overanalyzing and overthinking something. And ladies, you are damn good for overthinking things and making it a million times more complicated than it needs to be. And as men, sometimes we can be rather cold in just saying like, look, that's stupid. And thusly you feel unvalid. You feel like you're not worth anything and stuff like that. And it hurts your feelings and boom. So let's keep going, lovely.
You feel heard and understood. If not, then, maybe it's time to keep looking.
See, the terrible advice. Like, what do you mean? Maybe it's time to keep looking. Maybe it's time to just grow a little bit of thicker skin and actually take the time, and find out exactly what it is that, like what needs to be explained. If you need it more thoroughly explained out to you, ask. That's fine. But as far as like getting in your feelings and getting in your butt hurt and being like, I better leave. Then you know what, bitch? Go. Deuces.
Neediness and constant reassurance. They won't give you time to be yourself and constantly want to suffocate you with their presence. We are all insecure on some level, and it's no one's fault for actually feeling that way. But
that's actually not a bad, it took us 2 videos, but we got to a bit of advice that actually doesn't seem to be too bad because honestly, sweetheart, fellas, I'll put it to you like this. You don't need her. You really don't. If you're busy, if you have a ton of other things to preoccupy your time, such as, whatever, your job, hobbies, friends and stuff like that, things to really just be able to focus on in more of a productive manner outside of beating them guts in. Like she should be the one pining for you and not the other way around. And if you find yourself pining and needy for her, then my guy, like you might want to calibrate your emotions, because it's really hard to kind of bottle them in. But once again, that's what you have the other outlets for. That's what you have your training. That's what you have your hobby. That's what you have your friends and games and stuff like that for, is to, help to better mediate those emotions, so you can't sit there because you can't, guys, she can't be your rock. I saw somebody talk about this recently, like, oh yeah, she can be your peace. No, she can't. She is chaos by nature. You need to be hers. You need to be a place for her to come to, not the other way around. Because if it's operating the other way around, I can guarantee you she will eventually resent the shit out of you. And it's not just emotionally, it's financially and all these other ways. Like if she cannot lean on you in those manners without you leaning on her, because trust me, no matter what she tell you, she don't want you to lean on her for that. Then it is what it is. You're kind of screwed.
No reassurance from a partner will ever be enough. Just because those issues live inside the person that's actually feeling them. So if insecurity dictates a person's life, it can just as easily dictate their relationship. Shortage of long-term relationships, and everyone in their past, it was their fault.
Golly, she is like really bad when it comes to this whole like editing thing, because it's like it's a little abrupt. But either ways, yeah. Well, that's the thing. If there's no long term, hey, people lie all the time. So the whole "it's not their fault" thing, yeah, that could be a lie. Or yeah, I was in a relationship for 6 or 7 years, or 8 or 10 years, when I what have you. Like the whole way, it really does. Have a really good radar, okay? Try to have some sense to yourself about this, because people just bullshit, particularly ladies, man. Ladies, y'all, like, honestly, I feel like a lot of this video might just be projection on her part, on her behalf, because this is the shit that she more than likely does within the course of a relationship.
This is a total red flag. Think about it like this. If in every situation the other person was wrong, then look at the common denominator. No! I'm not saying at all that, they should be friends with all of their exes, but if he does badmouth his ex, it needs to be for good, solid reasons.
See, that's the thing. I don't talk about my exes to anybody that, like, I'm talking to now, because that's them. Like, why would I bring that shit up? Like, women like to do that, and as far as I'm concerned, when women do that, that's a sign that they're not particularly over them. So, boom the womb, then break out the broom. Can you dig it? So, fellas, like, if her ex, get what you can, and then get the hell out. Alright? And ladies, if he all over his ex, I mean, like that, I think that even really bringing it up that often is kind of pointless. But then again, I only have exes. I don't have baby mother. I'll never have a baby father. I don't have a baby mother. Like I don't do that. I haven't made a family elsewhere. So yeah, there could be quite a bit of conversation about an ex, but that's the thing. That's not an ex. That is the parent of your child, which is a completely different ball game. Let's keep going.
If she is a liar, is he really saying that you shouldn't believe anything that she says about him?
I don't know. I ain't never I messed around like in friend groups, but not a friend group that I was a long-term member of. I'll smash you and I'll smash your best friend, but we were never like hanging out that hard in the first place, to whereas like, oh yeah, I just ran across old girl down like when, like who knows, who cares?
Can say it's a cliche, oh, she was crazy, then we have to wonder why. Because in reality, it's the guy who calls the girl crazy who is the same guy that won't take you or your feelings seriously.
We've already established that, it's probably for the best not to take your feelings seriously, because 9 times out of 10, you kind of just got to like hear her on out and then explain it to her and give her a quick pipe and she'll be fine. I mean, that's just the way of the world, guys.
Thank you. Next.
We have no friends, black men. We truly have no friends.
Flirting with other women in your presence. Oh, this is just disrespectful. This is a no.
No. It's a total alpha Chad move. Because guess what? You'll interpret anything as flirting, dipshit. Like, seriously. I had my ex get mad at me once because I'm at my job, right? And she sees me talking with a coworker, and I mean, it was just a simple conversation with a coworker, but she was boy, she was mad. She was feeling some kind of way. But a lot of this comes down to the female's neuroses and exactly what kind of, what kind of bond she feels like she has with you, like fellas. That's what a lot of that is. So she can confuse, you smiling and you making a joke with a waitress with flirting, and it's like, okay, look, that's not flirting. Me saying, dang girl, like, yo, you're like, man, you wearing that dress, like, for real. Oh my goodness, like, I feel like that's a little bit more flirtatious than, oh man, that was my mother's name, like, as opposed to that. Just really lame examples, I know.
And somebody who does this is not somebody that you should consider for a long-term partner. If this is someone that, you're at a restaurant and as soon as you decide to go to the ladies' room, they're trying to get the waitress's number, this is not the man that you should be giving your time to.
But that's the thing. She already gave a cat to him, so she kind of like there's this a joke that I heard. It goes, you can either either be faithful to one dude and be dumb, or go out there and smash a bunch of dudes and be a hoe. Like, the choice is yours. Like, unfortunately, it kind of rolls that way, ladies. I'm sorry. Like, if you sit there and decide, yeah, you gonna ride the carousel and jump from schmeat to schmeat to schmeat to schmeat, like, you kind of gotta like expect that it's gonna happen from time to time. He's just gonna be that big of a dirtbag, but you're kind of like, locked in. At least as I established in the previous video, 5 meets deep. Anything after 5 meets, like, it's kind of like it's all community at that point, like everybody got a little bit of DNA in there.
Yes, of course, other women will probably be attracted to him, especially if this is a high value man that they can see treats his woman well. But if he's acting on that, that's when it becomes a negative contribution to your relationship.
If you allow it to be, let's be real. Like, or you could just be chill. Sharing is caring, sweetheart. Like, let's keep it a buck. You ain't gonna be with a dude that other chicks don't want, right? So, like, just be like, look, don't bring me nothing. Always wear a condom, and we'll be alright. Like, as long as you're sharing, your emotions with me, it's cool. But trust, a lot of chicks are not ready for that conversation at all.
No matter how many women are eyeing him up, you should be the only woman that has that man's attention when.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, that's not how that works, particularly when he is the leader of the relationship. Yeah, they gonna come talk to him, and it is what it is. Like, if he blow him off, or if he decide to, slide that number a little bit later, either ways, you kind of gotta respect that, like, because that's the dude that you with. That's who you chose, right? Now, if you don't, you can dip by all means. But once again, you either gonna be stupid or you gonna be a hoe. Your call.
You are with him. He shouldn't be flirting, trying to get other numbers, having constant eye contact. That's not okay. Dominance. This one can actually go either way. Male dominance can be a positive thing when looking for a long-term partner in terms of power, assertiveness, his ability to take charge, those sorts of things. But in the negative sense, if that same man uses anger, manipulation, intimidation, or fear to get his own way with you, that's a bad thing.
Oh, sweetie, do you want to talk about manipulation and deception? Do you want to talk about, like, the over, particularly over there in the UK, they said it's like 1 in 6 kids aren't the parent, aren't the child of the whoever the mother says it is. Like, I can't remember what that study that I saw, but yeah, like 1 in 6 kids are not the child of the parent of the father that is on the birth certificate out there. I mean, can we keep it a buck when it comes to manipulation and who likes to be deceptive? And as far as power goes, once again, it's something that the feminine can easily mix up via her own neuroses, and thusly turn around and be like, oh well, there's no there's no you're not respecting me, you're not paying attention to me, when in reality, once again, you are by your nature surface level thinkers. Okay. That's just how that rolls. So like her own neuroses can screw you over in this respect, guys, because she'll just be like, oh my goodness, I feel so disrespected, you don't pay attention to me, you're always making jokes and stuff like that. And it's like, yo, sweetheart, like, it is what it is. Like, you're annoying. Like, because here's some real shit, because I think I've done more than enough of this video. It's like about 2 minutes and some change left, so we're gonna start wrapping this up here. But on like if we keeping it a buck, there are so many, variables that go into human relationships that it's really hard to put a qualifier on any of it. Like, everybody's circumstances, everybody's situations can be different, without question. But when we're playing the numbers the way that the way that they are, at least as far as like, census and FBI numbers go, like, these it's all been a gigantic trap for men, and it's been becoming a gigantic trap for the past 30-40 years. And it's no surprise that a lot of guys are just like sick of it, right? I mean, it's so complicated. You got all these different people, such as the meat sheath right here, who are like, yeah, I can tell you the ways to the things to look out for, and all the things that you should have been taught from a life experience, and b your parents. But once again, we live in a world that has completely denigrated the family and destroyed it. So good luck on getting the shit back, right? So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like the toss, like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. When you get videos like this every single day, share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications and speak. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I know it's kind of like it's the end of this little two-parter here is coming up a little bit soft, but my concern is with you as an individual, and what I can say to you, that would help you out. And the deal is just like, have wits about yourself. If you're a lady, like, yo, just know that it just take a couple extra seconds. And this is lady or dude, take a couple extra seconds and think a little harder about things. Okay? It's never as simple as we like to make it out to be. But you may disagree, and that's what my comment section's for. Until the next one.